Thought we would take a look at this. Is Assassin's Creed Shadows a hit or not? It's quite a comprehensive piece by Paul Tassi over on Forbes, and yeah, I mean, I side with it. To be fair, I side with a lot of this stuff. It's quite a reasoned piece. Now, I've done a video before where I discussed Assassin's Creed Shadows being a bomb, and people like to throw out the rather simplistic argument of, well, you're not comparing it to the right thing. You should be comparing Assassin's Creed Shadows to other Assassin's Creed games. And I'm like, no, you actually shouldn't do that. Because the company's not the same. The position in the financial market of the company is not the same. Its stock price is not the same. So Ubisoft needing a hit now versus needing a hit before. I mean, it didn't need a hit before. You know, it was doing okay. It was coasting. Ubisoft's doing terribly right now. Absolutely awful. And they've already come out and admitted that, yeah, there's a lot riding on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like, a hell of a lot riding on it. So, it's just not the same. Like, you can't compare it like for like. It's just not... It's just a dumb comparison. Because, again, like I said, the state of Ubisoft now versus how it used to be, they've had a string of complete failures. This is now one of them, when they needed to be going into a string of highs, especially with the money that they pumped into it. So, yeah, thought we'd take a look. And people touting, well, it's got the highest Steam players ever. It's like, right, okay, that's not good. Like, objectively, that's not good. The fact that its concurrent players reached a peak of like 66,000. I mean, that's bloody awful. That's awful. As the size of gamers increases, the pool increases, that size should have exponentially increased along with it. But it hasn't. So even that as a comparison isn't a good comparison. But never mind. Let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here. If I look a bit weird, like teary-eyed and stuff, I'm just quite sick at the moment, and it's messing up my sinuses. So I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to look a bit weird for the next few days. Apologies. But if that's not worth a subscribe, to at least follow the journey of me looking weirder and weirder, I don't know what is worth a subscribe. So hit that subscribe button. But anyway, like I said, let's take a look. And I agree with this stuff, hence why I'm covering it. I like this as an article. It's a good article. And it mirrors my thoughts. So Assassin's Creed Shadows has launched after a few delays. Much drama. And from a company that feels like it's constantly teetering on the brink. As such, it feels like how Shadows performs is key to Ubisoft's future, which is true. They've already admitted that. Albeit, given its situation, it may not be the deciding factor on where things go from here, either way. There is a plain question being asked right now. Is Assassin's Creed Shadows a hit? And there are a number of answers being given, with or without context. This individual is going to go through just the facts and the context for them to try and to answer it. 2 million players, right? 2 million players is something which they've touted. And you're like, oh yeah, 2 million players sounds like a lot. It's not 2 million sales, though, is it? As he points out here. So, you know, 2 million players is not 2 million sales because they would have said it. And there's going to be a large portion of them playing on Ubisoft's subscription service. Now, maybe not a huge portion, but a portion. So is that a good thing or not? I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good at all. I think that's actually quite bad. Because again, make no mistake, they would have said it otherwise. They would have said how many people had bought it, how many sales that they had. So Assassin's Creed Shadows Steam numbers. So this is being cited more than anything else. And it's probably the figure that needs to, have the most context. This weekend, Shadows inched past Odyssey with 64,000 concurrent players to its 62,000 over 6 years ago. So that makes it the best Steam performing Assassin's Creed game. Valhalla is not an appropriate comparison point, as its 15,000 peak reflects a game that did not launch on Steam until well after its PC release. So in 6 years, they've gained 2,000 players. You're going to tell me that the pool of players is not significantly increased in that time? Yeah, I think that they probably would have, actually. So, Shadows has come in far below a number of other games on Steam that performed somewhat to wildly better. But again, context. Some amount of PC players are on the Ubisoft launcher. Some games being compared are cheaper or even free. It's likely that Assassin's Creed skews more heavily toward a console player base than most. And the overall point here is how Shadows has performed, not compared to other games, but in the context of the series, it's performed better than Odyssey. Odyssey is not considered a failure. So why would Shadows be with on a higher number? That doesn't follow. Yeah, it does, which he will break down. So Dragon Age the Veilguard. That was a huge bomb, right? So that game had a higher concurrent Steam count than Shadows, alongside similar scores. And then that was noted by EA. It was a failure, basically. Complete failure. Now, further context, obviously, comparing it to Shadows, Veilguard was a decade in the making, was rebooted multiple times, and likely cost far more than Shadows, given its development timetable. So we don't know, console PC split may be different than Shadows, maybe better. There is a 2-hour credits for Assassin's Creed Shadow. So one somewhat odd point being brought up is that the credits for Shadows run for 2 hours. The implication apparently being that it took far more people to make the game than others in or out of the franchise. There are many issues with using this as a metric. Other games have long credits that no one has bothered to track. Some games do not give as much credit to those who worked on the game as others. Some companies may or may not choose to include every employee or every single member of a location team in a given game. Even scroll speed is how columns are lined up could make a difference. And there are too many variables to make this point out. But I still think it's worth pointing out. All right, critics. 81 on Metacritic. Not horrendous. But that doesn't necessarily correlate with sales. 20 million copies of Valhalla was sold, and that had an 80 score. So, yeah. Player reception. They were also doing some funny buggers with some other websites as well. So, but basically, the only scores that matter are the ones from players who actually own the game. It's been mostly positive, but that makes sense if there's not a lot of people buying it. It's got 81% very positive ratio on Steam. 4 out of 5 star rating on Xbox. PS5, it has 4.72 out of 5. So it's not doing terribly. Metacritic, 6 out of 10. Not great. But you don't have to buy the game to review it. So, yeah. So basically, Shadows, they say here, is a hit somewhere between Odyssey and Valhalla. But remember, and this is the key point, to factor all of that in, you can say, it's a hit by comparison. But how's the state of the company? The state of the company is not good, guys. Over the past year, it has been a disaster. And this isn't really giving it that much of a boost. Year to date, yeah, it's up. Year to date. 6 months, yeah, it's up. Not a lot, but it is up. 1 month, 5 days, it was down. 1 day, it's been up. So this is the problem, isn't it? You look at this and you're like, well, that's still not good, is it? 1 year it's been down. 5 years, bloody atrocious. And this stuff's important because the market's dictating that this is a failure. And that does matter. So there you go. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, like I said, do hit subscribe. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.